Today we have Microsoft Return of Arcade 20th Anniversary Edition. This was originally released in the early 90s for Windows 3.1, and in 2000 they released a 20th Anniversary Edition. That'd be the 20th anniversary of the release of most of these games on CD. And it would run under XP and will run under Vista. Sometimes it gives an error when you close a particular game and go back to this load screen. And the help files, for the most part, won't work. It tells you need a newer version of help, but in fact what you need is an older version. That's not a big problem. It's pretty self-explanatory. The first game that we have here is Ms. Pac-Man, which didn't show up in some of the early versions of some of these arcade releases, and that's probably why as a later edition the controls on this one are different. Instead of using F2 for single player and Shift F2 for a two-player, you use F2 to put a coin in. This is the only game that you actually have to put the coin in to play. And then F3 or F4 for one or two player games. And then normally in the rest of the games you use F4 for full screen. Well, here you use F11 for full screen, and normally F3 pauses, and here you have to go back from full screen to the windowed screen and then click outside of it to pause it. But other than that, the controls work the same. As you can see, you're getting the arcade version. I'm pretty certain that this is actually emulating the arcade version of these games. You get Pac-Man and Ms. Pac-Man, and of course, Ms. Pac-Man was, a fairly decent improvement over Pac-Man with more than one maze. And then the second version we have is Pac-Man. As I say, these are pretty much the arcade. I'm pretty certain that these were in the actual arcade games running under emulation. I could tell better if I could read the help files. In particular, they had the history for each game, which was, a rather nice addition when you could read it. It's a shame you can't read it with these help files now, but the games themselves are still very much fun to play. And then the next one that we have is Dig Dug. This is the first version of Dig Dug that I ever played, and being the arcade version, obviously some of the home video versions suffer some by comparison. All of these games that I've played so far play very well using keyboard controls. Since you're going, left, right, and up, down, the keyboard controls work very well, with the space bar being used as the power button. I got used to playing this game, reacting very quickly, making last-minute moves, and so some of the games that I played on other platforms that use a joystick and don't react as quickly don't play nearly as well. And then the next game we have here is Galaxian. I was always much more in the arcades a fan of Galaga and didn't play Galaxian very much at all. But having gotten this game and playing it, I've gotten more of an appreciation for Galaxian. Play this game probably as much as any of them in the collection. And then the last game is Pole Position. With Pole Position, you can play this game using the mouse. I suppose you could play it with the keyboard, and probably fairly well with the joystick. But in the help file that I can't read anymore, it recommends the use of the mouse, and I'm not playing real good here today because I'm recording this off the screen, and I have the camera set up in front of the screen, so I don't have real good perspective here. But it normally plays very well with the mouse. And, I enjoyed playing each one of these games in this collection. I have played these games a lot, and I hope you're enjoying this walkthrough today.